Are you telling me I have to raise this thing another notch? My head's getting bigger, guys. Ooh. Dead trim alert. I need a haircut. How's it going, everybody? My name is Will from Ghosthack, and in today's video, I'm going to be making an entire track, or maybe just like a drop or something, using only one plugin. Only one! Now, I have done a video like this before, but in the last video, I was making a drop using only 3x oscillator, and I came up with this drum and bass style drop. And that was a lot of fun. It was a unique challenge, and there was a lot of sound design involved, starting with just like basic sine waves and saw waves, and then manipulating them into like drums and other basses and stuff like that. And that was really cool. But when I'm making a second version of this video, I don't want to just take a different plugin and do the exact same stuff. I want to spice it up. So what I've decided to do is to make the challenge a good bit different using a very, very different plugin. Arguably way less useful than 3x oscillator. This plugin is Autogun. Now, if you are familiar with Autogun at all, then you're probably like every other human on the planet and you have never used it. But it is essentially a plugin of weirdly generated sound presets that gives you almost no options to tinker and fiddle with the sound at all. So as a sound designer, I'm probably going to have a massive headache by the time this video is over. Please subscribe. So step one, if you're not familiar with Autogun, allow me to educate you. It is this little plugin, fun little plugin with three options. You have the volume, very intuitive. You have literally sound goodizer. I am convinced this is just sound goodizer built into the plugin. And then you have this question knob, which gives you information and a couple of settings you can change. So the whole point is that you click a note, and maybe that's what you want, maybe it's not. It's probably not. And then you click next, and you get that one. And then you click next, and you get that one. And look at this, when I hover over the info button, look at the current preset number. Based off the amount of presets this plugin has. They're like computer generated or something, because there's no way anyone can make that many presets. And like, I could put in the preset. If I wanted to enter the preset number, that's the current preset number. If I wanted to enter something different, then I totally could, and it would be perfectly fine. Okay, some of the presets actually aren't that bad. I have, however, saved some preset numbers that I think I can use, so let me start out making some kind of drums. I feel like I can make a drum out of that. Ooh. Listen to that sub. It's a crash cymbal if I ever heard one. Gonna be honest, I have no clue why I saved that one. Oh yeah, this one. Woo, it's deep. We can start with that. Let me just make a kick real quick. I'll see what I can do. I'll fast forward this part.
Scanning, control, manipulate scientific data, take over, blast, control, world government, shut down infrastructure.
All right, this is the kick I've come up with. It's not the best kick in the world, but I figure I could use it for something maybe like weird, trappy, experimental, dark stuff. I don't know. But basically how I did it was I took this ozone and I went up one and then slid down to one, because I actually have this little portamento polyphonic thing enabled. And so when I slide up and then slide down, it does this thing. And I used that, and I ran that through a bunch of stuff. I ran it through an EQ. I ran it through a disperser to get some more transient stuff, transient processor for more transient, sound goodizer, a stereo to get rid of the stereo, the Nani plugin, which I'm not going to open. If you know, you know. I threw it into Edison, like that, and then I dropped it into playlist, like that, and I put some pogo on it, and I ran it through some other effects in 2 here with some more EQing and distortion and more EQing and more distortion. This is just a chain of doing the exact same thing over and over again, but that's my kick. There we go, here's the short version. Yeah, that's better. Now let's figure out how in the hell we're gonna make a snare.
Shut down infrastructure, ship everything to China. Just look at this person.
So here is the snare that I came up with. Again, not the best snare in the world, but it came out kind of strange. Like that. I originally made like a whoosh, kind of like dubstep drum and bass snare, but I tried to change it into something trappier. And it's not half bad. I'll probably make changes to it, but you know, it is what it is. I started with this sound right here that's going into 1, and I ran it through a saturator to give it that fuzz. I ran it through another noise thing to where I could like add a noise layer without those. Just sounds like that. And then this, it added that top sizzle. Serum effects. You can see we have some EQ stuff going on here. And then I have it running through an EQ right there as well to kind of shape that. And then I have these 2 transients, which I actually used the kick sample for this. I have this one right here. That's creating some tonality down at the bottom. As you can see, I shaped that with an EQ. And then I have this, which is just a little more click. You can see I have the EQ here, getting a lot of high end, running through distortion. And when you compress it all together, it creates that. And you can see I did some stuff here. More distortion, more EQing, all that fun stuff. I threw it into an Edison and then pitched it up and then like, and shortened it right there. So we have that snare, and I just brought it back in here and took the stereo image down a little bit and ran it through a wave shaper like that. Maybe I can up the stereo image. It was kind of cool. It's kind of cool stereo. All right, so I have an interesting little pattern here. And I think I could do some cool stuff with that. Yeah, I guess this is going to end up being a weird trappy stuff. Let's make a little 808 ting out of this. Woo, because it's deep. First thing first, got to take out that stereo. So we're nice and solid. Then let's go into limiter, take a look at it. Ooh, look at that, clean. Ooh, that's an 808. That's about as memeable of an 808 as I think I'm gonna get. So what I did was I took the sound, I did the same slidey glidey thing that I did with the kick. I have the stereo to take away the stereo. I have the Nani plugin, which is distortion. Again, I'm not going to show it. If you know, you know. And then I have an EQ. It's taking out the high end, a limiter, just to make sure we're doing fine, which we are. And into the Edison it went. And now I can drag this right in and play this like any other 808. Playing it higher up, you could tell it's a bit messy, but I like it better down low. I think it just sounds dirtier and heavier and cooler. It's so dirty, but like it's heavy. I like it. Maybe I can ease back a little bit. And I want to try to warp this thing in strange ways. Ooh, it's dark. Maybe I'll change the sound up, but I want to put cool stuff on this, like a halftime, maybe. Ooh. Hey, hey. Oh, no wonder it sounds weird. I'm in the wrong key. There we go. Yeah, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to create 2 versions. So in pattern 3, it will sound like this. And in pattern 4, it'll sound like this. Next thing I want to do is set up a quick sidechain. All right, let's check out some other sounds. Oh, yeah. It's like a gong cymbal thing. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually gassed with how this is sounding so far. I think this is sick. Like, it's dirty, it's dark, it's heavy, it's smooth. I like it. But we ain't done yet. Pick another random preset. Nah. Woo. think I got something here. Now before I continue, because I need to put some hi-hats and stuff right here, I'm gonna get something to eat. You love a bowl of cereal at 3 in the afternoon, you know what I'm saying? Why do I buy trash cereal? It's like off-brand Raisin Bran, and Raisin Bran already sucks. I think all I have to do to make the hi-hat is just take the end of the snare sample here and just do a bit of work on it. You just take out all this nasty low end. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Let me just start with this. I want to start with this little tiny sample. It's not a particularly good hi-hat yet. I have a special hi-hat EQ here. There we go. Makes the hi-hat sound nice and trappy. Yeah, little rolls like that. Oh, I love doing that with the 808s. Going way up there. And this thing is nasty. And just as an arrangement thing, I'm gonna record this cymbal, which I added a little bit of bit crushing to. And I'm actually going to reverse it, drag and drop it in here, just so I can use it as a little riser. Yeah. I wanna layer something with this. Like a high bell of some kind, something not big, just something small. So let's pull up a final Autogun. As much as I hate that sound, that's not actually far from what I'm looking for. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. I actually kind of like that better as a layer. Alright, I think I'm actually just about done here. It's not a long track, it's like, what, like 40 seconds? So it's really just like a couple of like drop ideas. It's weird, trappy, dark, gritty, I don't know. It's definitely trappy stuff, but it's a weird mix of like, I don't know if someone would rap over it. I don't know if there'd be room for vocals. I'm not really sure, it just sounds cool. I added a couple of sections right here, which are pretty understandable. There's the beat and a melody, and then the 808 comes in with some more melody on top. And then it goes into kind of a strange experimental bit where I did a little different rhythm and I chopped up a bit of the melody as well. Some people might not like it. I think it's kind of cool. I think it adds a little bit of flair to the end of the track, but you know, that's just purely opinionated. So here we go. I'm going to play the whole thing, and keep in mind every single sound that you hear in this track stemmed from this stupid Autogun plugin. So there we go, that was me making a bit of a track using Autogun. This isn't the normal style that I do. Usually I do a little more of a practical kind of style with a little more structure and a little more complex sound design, but I decided to switch it up a little bit this time. And since the Autogun plugin does not give me many options as far as customizing the sounds, it would have been a little bit harder to get in and do a genre like drum and bass that I did with 3X Oscillator. That would have been a real pain, and it would have taken way too long, and it would not have been practical at all. Love it or hate it, it's what had to be done. Now here's the fun part. If you have any other suggestions as far as what plugins I could use alone to create a track, then let me know down in the comments below, and maybe I'll do a third video like this using one of you guys' suggestions. That would be really fun. And you guys don't really go easy on me, so I gotta be up for a challenge. But I appreciate all of you for watching. If you are not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because we're coming out with cool content like this all the time. And I will see you in the next video. Happy producing.
Bye.